Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight? Tonight, Dwayne, Charles, and I, we're excited to be here with you and share something with you that a lot of marketers aren't familiar with from the selling side. Most human beings participate in it, but very few leverage it, and we're going to talk about that tonight in a way that you can see it as it can literally change the end of the year bottom line for you. It could change your monthly bottom line, and we're going to talk about that tonight. But as we say it, I'm going to tell you something. What I'm sharing with you is it's not foreign to us. It's something we started roughly 8 to 10 years ago and love to have fun with it. But at the same time, no, we can't hear you at all, Charles, not yet. But in the same token, what I love the most about it is when you really get it, it's going to be easier for you to market, even as an affiliate marketing someone else's product. Even if you're using someone else's product, someone else's webinar, it won't matter. What does matter is how you leverage it. I did hear at that time, Charles. Heard some clicking or some knocking.
You hear me?
Oh yeah, yo yeah.
All
Yep,
right.
Chicago.
All right.
Looking like Notre Dame up in the house, boy. Anyway, Dwayne and Charles, if we look backwards and think about how much money any of us, before we became marketers, how much we spend on holidays. Because when you walk into the local pharmacy on Valentine's week, the month of Valentine's Day, there's chocolate candy, there's special hearts, there's something there for the person who shops early, there's something there for the person who shops late. Whether it's Valentine's Day, graduation time, wedding time, you guys know everybody's spending money during this time, but few know how to leverage it and make money during holiday sales. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Either one of you guys can go first.
Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah. Uh, Now, admittedly, I didn't. I didn't learn this by experience until, I guess it was about 4 years ago, and I did my first Fourth of July sale basically because I was bored, and I just tried something, and some of you all might even remember it, right? I took a lot of my offline consulting products and bundled them together, and then put them out there for $7.40 to represent 7.4, and I was so surprised at the result that ever since then, I have an annual sale on July 4th, and I think the point that I know Dwayne is going to get to is, because I've watched you guys do this, is every holiday is an opportunity to do that because people expect to be spending money. They expect to get a deal during the holidays, and so every holiday that goes by is really a missed opportunity, right? It could be Sweetest Day, it could be Thanksgiving Day. It doesn't really matter what it is. It's always an opportunity to give people an opportunity to take advantage of what you have.
Yeah.
Well said. Junior.
Yeah, man. There's nothing like it, man. I know we always do specials. There's so many different ways you can, earn commissions with the proper promotion. So I'm looking forward to dig into this.
Well, as we dig into it, I'm going to be straight and tell you this. I remember, Dwayne, when you guys were like little kids, 2, 3, 4 years old. I remember going to Toys R Us, all these places at 5 in the morning. I look back as a youngster. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm doing what everyone else is doing. I remember what it was like the first day of, during the back to school specials. Not even a holiday. I remember just because they said it back to school, special deals, special offers on school supplies, all that stuff. It didn't even matter how much cheaper it was. Psychologically, it pulls you and it engages you to make you want to spend your money. You're already going to do it, but now you have a special target. They give you a target to aim at. And so looking back at this stuff, whether it was going and getting the special cowboy outfit for Halloween that you guys can fool with, and wear, or if it's yeah, exactly, right, Charles? Or if it is literally St. Patrick's Day time or it doesn't even matter. The idea now is when I got involved with business and saw an opportunity to leverage it from a different position, couldn't help it, just had to jump in. So now that I say that, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about some personal experience so you guys can get this. The first time I was given an opportunity and told I should have a holiday sale, it was for Black Friday, which is our next holiday, one of the next holidays coming up. And when doing that, I resisted, like, I don't know. We were on vacation. Dwayne, you probably don't remember this. We were on vacation, dude. And back in those days, there wasn't much video marketing done. It was audio marketing. Charles, if you remember the different audio generators, you'd put a little button on your page, push play. And I remember this. Now, don't worry. We're going to get to it. I'm going to share my slides with you. We're going to talk about how you can plug in on holidays and generate a boatload of money for you and your family. But before I get to it, let me just share this experience with you. I resisted, and I thought, oh my gosh, who's going to want to buy my thing? That's what I was thinking. And I put up a couple audio programs, some different things, and put it up for Black Friday, and I started promoting during the week. I was told holiday sales won't do anything if all you do is put a page up. You have to start mailing 4 to 7 days early, and as you begin promoting, don't worry, it's coming. Only 12 hours now, and in the first hour, we're going to do something special, create that scarcity. What I found out was I got the shocker of my lifetime. That vacation cost us about $1,800, Dwayne, but we made like $3,600, $3,700 in one day, overnight. And I was blown away. I said, oh my goodness, let it begin. Let the games begin. This is 2006, I believe. This is 2006. We're on our way to our timeshare or something. We were on a long drive, and next thing you know, I started saying, oh my gosh, we got another sale, got another sale, got another sale. Blown away. And I'm telling you that because just as it would be exciting for you, which I'm sure some of you would see that, there's an opportunity for you to literally leverage this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, I put up a slide I want you guys to see, and I want you to understand. This is an opportunity for you to leverage internet marketing from a different standpoint as a person who can do holiday sales. Now, as we get ready to think about it, it's not about Black Friday or Christmas. It's about all year long. As we look at that, I have in step one, guys. You guys, I'm sure you can see it. As in step one, it's all about you need a calendar inventory.
I can't see your screen.
No, you can't.
I have
vMerge up.
You're not sure. Okay.
I have vMerge up. And in step one, we have take calendar inventory. Many people think, okay, I got to wait till, January 1st for New Year's. No. Take a look. Don't get caught up in, I have nothing to sell. Don't get caught up in, I don't have anything for Cinco de Mayo. Don't get caught up in that. It's about inventory. What time is it now? Let's look at the calendar. How far away are you from the date? Everybody, guys, Dwayne and Charles, you know it. Everybody wants to get on game day, right, and collect. And they have no voice. You guys have no voice?
Oh, I have no idea what was wrong. I think I left the mic on mute. But I was saying,
that's just one person. Okay. Anyway, let me get back to it. So here's the deal. As we look at taking calendar inventory, I know what everybody does. They say, there's a new product coming out I want to promote. Everybody wants to go and promote, but they don't want to write the emails and get set up and be prepared. So this is all about the calendar inventory. Right now, it is October the 19th. We are literally more than 30 days away from Black Friday and Cyber Monday. What a person can do, it doesn't matter if you have a product or not. If you agree you want to participate, I'm saying here's where you dive in. Dwayne and Charles, I would love to hear what your feedback is, because I know most people hate the homework. They just want to make the money, and they don't realize the reason they don't make the money is there's no preparation. Either one.
I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree even more than what you already said, just because, like you said, people want to participate on game day but aren't there during training camp, aren't there when we're in practice. So it's the daily practice of sending out emails and stuff like that, and then you can be prepared for when a holiday sale comes up. So you guys want to get in the practice of doing your daily promotions now. That way people are used to it by the time your holiday sale comes up.
And as you think about that, Charles, I mean, from your standpoint, You said about what your first experience was. I know people don't want to hear the part that you had to do days leading up to it, all the work and the all-nighter you might have put. I don't know what you did, but it's important for them to know that before we get to any other parts of this process.
Yeah, I mean, every first of all, every day, it's going to help you to do a holiday sale, and I know it comes back to this. Whatever you got to do to start building a list and getting people on it, and now's the time to start getting people on it. And you don't want to wait until the week before, because everybody's going to be bombarding the same people you're going to be trying to get with messages. So the time to start, whatever you're going to do, whether you do solo ads, whether you do Facebook ads, whatever you're going to do, you need to be doing that now, like Dwayne is saying, building up the list. I mean, so that when you start getting ready to warm people up, you already have a group of people that you're going to be sending messages to.
Absolutely. Now, as you think about that, you don't have to. We're going to get to the product, but right now it's about calendar inventory. What are you doing? What time? If you got over 30 days, now, if you don't have a product, you already know. Most of you guys, a lot of you we met right there in JVZoo, or what's the other one called? There's enough places out there where you can put an affiliate marketing product out there and put out there. You can even take a Webinar Fusion Pro. It won't matter, because if we're doing if we end up doing a Black Friday special, all of our affiliates get to do the same one. How about that? And what's powerful about this is, if you market it right, you would be amazed at what happens. Now, I have several things coming myself. I'm saying this because I want you guys to watch and see how you should do it, because you're going to get an email about it, I'm sure. I'm going to have some. I know we're going to have some stuff for Black Friday for sure, and Cyber Monday. Also, I'm going to have a birthday sale, which means something is going to be rock bottom for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and then it's going back to normal. But during the 2 or 3 hours, everyone can jump in. And what's powerful about this is calendar inventory, in most cases, more important than the product, because you can get a product. It's not about what the product is. It's about you being able to bring together something for people, because they will be looking. No doubt about it. It's amazing today. People don't realize that every day, during every minute, there are transactions going on around the internet, to the point that, unlike any other medium, people watch stuff on TV and they buy something in infomercials. People listen to the radio and they buy something, but nothing is like the internet, to where, mega trillions, trillions and trillions of dollars are spent all year long here, unlike anywhere else. And when you are here already, you're on the internet, you buy and you sell there. What we're trying to do is show you how to leverage it and sell more using the internet, and here's where I'm going to tell you can start. I've learned to make money, or like Charles said, 4th of July, Halloween, New Year's. I don't really do the Halloween thing anymore. I used to have a lot of scary sales. You guys remember that? Ooh, it's scary. I remember some of those videos. Some of you guys probably can find those on YouTube, but they worked. And literally, you have that same opportunity, and we're going to walk you through that. But write that down. You want to make sure you take good care of what we call calendar inventory. Then we're going to move over to this idea of working with the products. It's funny. I'm amazed at all of my analytical friends, and my heart goes out to you, because a lot of you believe that your income is going to come from having the perfect, most beautiful, best-smelling, all-time voted product. And that's unfortunately not true. The truth is that if your product is great and you louse up the mailing for it, you don't prepare, you don't have things ready, it doesn't matter how good it is, no one's going to know it. You'll have a beautiful sale page up and no one's going. So here's the magic behind it. In order to do well with holiday sales, you have to know the retail and the wholesale. You have to know it. Because if you don't, if you just put something out there and say there's going to be a price, and you don't leverage it, you can't use one of the models we talk about in Webinar Wealth 101. That is when you have price marination and price drop. It's important to say, when you're mailing and preparing for selling your product, this product already retails, let's just say, for $79, and people are using it everywhere. But on this day, on Cyber Monday, whatever date is you're going to make it, You could say just for the first 5 hours, and it's going back to normal, we're going to make that just $13, whatever number you're going to make it. You have to create that kind of model, but you can't do it. And what I found out, Dwayne and Charles, here's how sad this is. Most of the marketers that we know that are buying stuff every day from the offers that are coming and selling them forget about the retail. They only marry the wholesale, and they think that's really what it costs. And the wholesale and retail, it creates that contrast that's necessary so that people actually want to engage and go further. Charles, I see you nod your head. What were you thinking?
No, I mean I think that's right. I mean I'm looking here at a just at a list of all of the calendar holidays that you could possibly do this on, and there's literally one on 365 days of every year. There's something you can celebrate, something that somebody is celebrating, and that you can do this with. So everything that Dwayne is saying, once you understand what he's talking about in terms of that difference between the retail price and what people are expecting, you've got a number of days to practice on this between now and Black Friday. So I would start really working on this now. But the price part is important because, again, as a consumer, I mean, we do open the newspaper still, or we go to the internet, or we go to Amazon, and we're looking for a deal. We're looking for what's going to be happening. What can I get at rock bottom? We all do it. And so people are going to be looking to you in that very same way. But if they don't have an understanding of what you have and there's no value already associated, then it won't really work as well. And I can even go back to the sale I talked to you about at the beginning. It worked well, and again, I didn't fully understand the concept. It worked well because the normal price was $37.95. But for Independence Day, which was $7.4, it was $7.40. And so it sold that day. I didn't even fully understand the concepts, but I think that's exactly right. The gap between what people had come to understand as a price and what that sale price was on that day made all the difference in the world. And I could practice that any day that I want to, celebrate that on any given day I want to celebrate that on, I could. But what Dwayne is talking about, the difference makes all the difference in terms of the sale.
Junior.
Hey.
You know, think about this. You remember what happened when, what do you call those things? The PlayStations went on sale in Black Friday. What happens around the world?
Oh, man. You know, this obviously the sales are through the roof. And what's funny is they don't even discount it that much, but it's still effective because, you know, the whole hype around Black Friday and Cyber Monday, you know, yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild what happens.
It's so crazy that I want you guys to look at this. If you guys don't mind, Dwayne and Charles, I want them to see why you want to do this. Here's what this means for you. It means that you have an opportunity to create the same kind of mad, I wouldn't call it mad, but yeah, absolutely mad rush scarcity that creates a jungle. I'm on YouTube. I just put Black Friday worst disasters. No, really. You see women, grandmothers, grandfathers fighting every year because of that thing that we just talked about, the contrast between wholesale and retail. Some of you guys get so caught up in selling, you forgot about how important the retail is because it creates that gap that makes people go nuts. So watch with me, if you will. I don't want to be inappropriate, but I've got to see it. What are you laughing at, man? What is wrong with you?
These videos are hilarious to me, man.
Let me turn the volume down. As you see this, look at people going nuts. Now, I'm going to tell you something.
You can't see your screen.
You can't?
We were, and it went away.
Oh, because you know what I did? I did that. You can see it now, right? See or no?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, I took it away. Oh, wow. Sorry, guys. All right. So what? So where? So what? Some do, some don't. Some will, some won't. Okay, here you go. Look at the people holding boxes. Look at what's really happening. This is just last year. Oh, and there's grandmothers, women, daughters, mom. Look, the police are on top of a person over something that may not be even significantly different in price. most things, just because of scarcity, are being shown and literally aren't much different in price. But I guarantee you, this is probably at 3 or 4 in the morning. Now, I don't like showing that kind of thing, but I have to because I don't think people get the opportunity that's in front of them, guys. I think that I want them to understand. Here's how powerful this is. Charles and Dwayne, you remember when I told you about the Black Friday thing a few minutes ago, right?
Yeah.
That same Christmas, that next step, I said I got to do one for Christmas. I didn't even know what we were going to do. And I created something called the 12 Days of Christmas that started December 16th. I'm a newbie. Dwayne, am I lying? A newbie. Charles, I think you remember this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And went online and literally for 12 days ran a sale that created, more than $10,000 as a newbie, just sending email messages, getting people ready. It's an opportunity. Some of you don't know what you have to sell. Some of you are affiliate for so many things. You don't have to wonder about that. You don't have to wonder. You can literally take a good calendar inventory, and when you take the calendar, let me go ahead and put my screen. Yeah, you can see my screen. Take a good calendar inventory, and you can literally look at your product, retail and wholesale, and know what they are. So when you drop that price, it will literally take you over the top. Now, the next part of this process, it's all about positioning a few days before the holiday. It's nice to get excited about the holiday, Dwayne and Charles, but a lot of people don't realize it ain't about what happens that day. It's about what happens the days before. So a lot of you already struggle with being consistent with emailing about what you're marketing or being consistent with communicating with your subscribers. But this doesn't work unless you do that. You have to let them know, hey, in 5 days, we're going to have Cyber Monday. And that's not really true. I'm just giving you an example, guys. But in 5 days, we have Cyber Monday coming.
Yeah.
And during that day, some of you who loved Webinar Fusion Pro, although you may have gotten it for X amount on that day. Now, this is an example. It's just a gross example. You can get it for literally $12 just for the first few hours of the morning, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. That's it, $12. It's yours for life, right? And then you literally can, as an affiliate, you can sell it as a so-and-so. So that's day one. Second day, by the way, on Cyber Monday, we're not just doing that. We're allowing for an upgrade of an additional $12 to get you to the Enterprise Plus level. Yes, and you just kind of run the clock. And the next day you might say, by the way, if I didn't tell you this, on Black Friday, we're opening up the door for only 100 resellers who can resell Webinar Fusion Pro and get 100% for the rest of your life. We're only opening up for 100, but we're only opening that up for 1 hour. Everybody that buys it with 1 hour can then be a reseller. I mean, this is how it's done up until the day. So by the time the day gets there, instead of people fighting like they were in Walmart, what's happening is they're like fighting with sleep to get to the computer because that 1 hour is going to end and they want to get this thing. And before you know it, the fights are going on are dangerous. They're the kind of fighting that happens that will literally transfer more money to your account and more value to them. Now, I don't know if I exaggerated or not, but you guys get the point. And it's not an exaggeration. It's really what happens.
Exaggeration.
And then the result is that you're gonna be in shock and say, how did I go so long without having holiday sales?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, last minute shoppers, but guess what? When it comes to the internet, everybody's a last minute shopper because you have a clock. You see, on Black Friday, the only clock is that we open our doors at a certain time, so people are camping out and sleeping, right? They're sleeping out front in tents. Right? That's how this stuff works. But on the internet, what happens is you set your alarm. You got to remember to make sure you look at your inbox to see if it started already. And it's the same concept, except it's a lot safer, and you don't have to leave your home. That's the power of it. Now, how many of you, as we're walking through it, how to do it, you would like to jump in and see how yourself? You want to start this year sometime and actually have your own sale. You know that's what you want to do. Type in the number 1. And while you're typing that in, I think it's important to continue on. So what makes it work? Is it the combination of the calendar inventory, product, retail and wholesale, right? You make sure you have the retail and wholesale and position a few days in advance. Is there other things? Well, of course. You see, a lot of this stuff will create an amazing byproduct. The stuff we already covered, that byproduct is scarcity. Scarcity. Amazing. You know, Charles, you live up north when it snows. What happens? Tell everybody what happens when the weathermen and women say that it is going to it's going to snow. We're expecting 8 inches. What happens in your grocery stores? Let them know, understand the power of scarcity. Even people that don't need milk and bread and rice, tell them what happens.
Well, I know that happens here in Harrisburg. They clear the shelves.
Yeah, describe what that means, because everyone here doesn't live in this country. Tell them what that would actually literally break it down.
Okay, well that means that when you get to the supermarket, everybody you know is already there, and when they get there, they're getting all of the necessities. So they're getting so here, I mean, people are getting all the water they can get, they're getting all the eggs they can get, they're getting all the milk they can get, and so everything that's an essential, and even some of the things that they might like, they're literally putting as much in the cart as they can get and as they can afford to stick in that cart. They're sticking in there.
Yeah, and Dwayne Jr., you probably don't remember this. You're going to be mad at me when you hear this one. But you probably don't remember this. About 20 years ago, we applied to be in the Pittsburgh Steelers waiting list for season tickets, right? And the face value of season tickets are literally almost nothing, right? In those days, I think it was like $39, $29 to $39. Now it's probably like $59 to $69. It's not a lot of money per game. And what happens is we were put on a waiting list, but in the meantime, we would go to eBay and other places on the internet and find a ticket for $200, $300, $400 and happy to get it. You know why? There's a 15-year waiting list to get season tickets, so someone's going to sell them at that cheap because there's only 1 or 2 at that price. You just get it and you go. And we lived 4 hours away. It didn't matter. We still got it. And the idea is scarcity is so powerful. It's what happens when you all the teenagers who go to an all-girls school, all-boys school complain, right? And they somebody walks through who's not even a student there, but because they're the opposite sex, because there's only one, all of a sudden, it doesn't matter how ugly they are. It's just funny how this whole thing works, and you can leverage it in your marketing. Junior, do you remember going on eBay and finding tickets and stuff?
Oh man, of course, absolutely.
And this idea of it's only $400 or $500, it's like, what the world? And knowing that the face value, well, if you look at a ticket when you get it, it always says the face value of the ticket, even though you're paying a ton of money for it. And then you have to pay a couple $100 for parking. It's crazy.
Yep.
Scarcity. And as you guys are looking at it, looking at rolling this thing around, you can do it. So here's the deal. I'm giving you some of the, we're giving you the elements, and then here's another piece that you have to do when it comes to holiday sales. If you tell them it's a 5-hour sale, and you let it go for a 7th hour, you don't win, you lose. You gotta remove it. So the next time you have a holiday sale, you're training them to jump in now while you can. You're training them. And so it works like this. You set it up. You guys can use a clock. You can use a countdown clock. You can use whatever you want, but you must set it up in a way where you can actually remove that booger. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. If any of you are our affiliates, you better pay attention to our email messages when we send them out to you. I promise you that. Because if you're our affiliate and we're having a sale, that means you can sell it too, right, for that price. You get to participate. And then on top of it, if you take it on someone's project in JV Zoo and you find their price is going up, or if it's in Warrior Plus and their price is going up, you can make that your own holiday sale. You don't have to own the product or create one. You have to follow the model. The math doesn't lie, but you're not going to do it without taking calendar inventory, making sure you're doing the right thing in the right time frame, and then you're not going to do it without at least positioning the retail so you can sell it wholesale. And then to top it all off, you're not going to do a great job unless you position it days early. And then finally, you're going to end up having great scarcity, using words like limited time only, Today and today only. Only X number allowed. Don't let the door slam shut. Using scarcity phrases, you help create a massive influx without the fighting like they do at Christmas time. Then, and that holiday's over, and you said it's over, let it in. Put things right back to normal. That's the power of holiday sales. And we can go on all day with it, but I'm telling you guys, you can do this. And if you don't want to, that's fine. But this year, I'm going to make sure that I'm emailing you guys so you can at least see, whether you buy it or not, you're going to want to see how to do it. Because I will not let the holidays pass by without participating. Charles or Dwayne, your feedback. We gave it to them. I want to know if you guys have any questions about this, write it in the window. We'll be happy to address it. In the meantime, while you're writing it, I'd love to hear anything from you guys on the concept. And if you think I've left something out, please let me know.
No, I think you covered it, man. I think you covered the whole thing. It's just gonna be a matter of who actually steps out, and steps out from the pack and actually puts this into action. Has a sale, put something together that they can actually promote at a discount. I know the majority of people won't do this, but for the people that actually do, I think it's going to work very well. So I think you covered everything pretty well. Just a matter of who's actually going to take action and who's just going to, sit on the sidelines and watch other people do it.
Yep. Here you go, Charles.
Yeah, it is. It's the discipline of getting things in place. So, don't let not having a product keep you from doing that. Promote an affiliate product and let and add on a significant bonus, right? If people don't move fast, they're not going to get your huge bonus. If you don't want to do that, I mean, there is private label rights that you can turn into a bigger product. I mean, there are a lot of ways for you to do it, and you've still got time to do this, to put together your own product between now and Black Friday. So if you intend to do it, now really is the time to start. Well, really, last month was the time to start preparing, but even if you didn't, you can start preparing now, and you can still have a really great sale by starting today.
Well said. You guys heard it. These are things that happen every year anyway. You don't always have to be spending your money. You could actually be making it, and that's all we're basically saying to you. There's two sides of the equation, and it's pretty empty and lonely on this side of the equation. So come on over and start doing it too. You don't always have to be on the one side. You could be on both sides. I love to buy things during holidays myself, but I also like to sell things. And what's cool is one takes care of the other one. You guys can have it. In the meantime, we wish you the best to start plugging in and applying what you've heard tonight, so you too can have a change in what's happening for your family all year long. Because remember this, there's enough songs. The Calendar Girl by Neil Sedaka, and I Just Called to Say I Love You by Stevie Wonder. All these mentions different holidays throughout the year, and there are sometimes many. I mean, I don't need to go into it, but you guys know that there are 1 to 2 in any given month, depending on what country you live in. You can just do it. In the meantime, you guys have a great night. This is Dwayne Golden, Charles Harper, and Dwayne Golden Jr. for Webinar Fusion Pro, wishing you all the best. Take care.